So, hello and welcome to a experimental video in which I try to actually play some notes instead of solving technical issues in my studio setup. So, I created this tiny setup with this Korg nanoKEY Studio, a mobile MIDI keyboard working over Bluetooth connected to my iPad. I just got this keyboard secondhand like a week or so ago, and I haven't had much chance to fiddle with it yet. At first, it wouldn't even connect to this iPad, but it turns out that the nanoKEY still had a firmware version 1.07, and those Bluetooth connection issues were apparently solved in 1.08. As soon as I installed the new firmware, it actually connected. I played a few tones, a few notes, and that's it. So, okay. I have also been fighting with my camera setup today. So about 4 hours ago, I wanted to play some notes and create some sounds. Turns out that with among the 3 capture cards I have, a Magewell, an Avermedia, and a Blackmagic Design, all 3 of them were not extremely happy accepting input from my Panasonic HC-V770 video camera. I did use that camera a lot of times before during last year's piano sessions, and I don't know what happened in between, but it took me quite a while, and I'm very, very unsatisfied right now with the image result. So, but I thought, okay, I can spend the rest of my day and night on cameras, or I can still try to squeeze out a few notes and noises before the sun sets again. And that's what I'm going to try to do. So what I've loaded up here is AUM, and I added an instance of OODA in this. And OODA is a fun semi-random sequencer thingy-majingy that I had a lot of fun with in a few videos on this channel before. And I don't know what I'm actually want to do with it. Does it accept anything at all? Like, I'm not even sure I'm sending the nanoKEY key presses into OODA. OODA is also not meant to be like pressed all the time. It is a sequencer that you put in some data and then it works on its own. But I at least I wanted to use this Korg nanoKEY Studio to actually prove to myself that it's a keeper. So I know that it pairs very well with the Korg gadget software on iOS, but that's a bit pricey, and I'm not gonna just go out and buy Korg's software and all the gadgets that come with it to test a little keyboard like this one. So I want to keep it simple, and also I'm not super rich. Okay, so let me see. I have a MIDI input. I could choose as the MIDI input to the nanoKEY Studio. Do we have anything happening now? Maybe if I go here and start recording. Yeah, it does actually pick up notes. So the sequencer of OODA is now filled with 16 notes. I could also input it multiple notes per blob, so to speak. But for now, let's just let it do its thing. I'm gonna set a tempo that is quite low. I'm not so much into the. I don't understand. I maybe I do understand why the default tempo in every DAW, every world in all of the world is 120 beats per minute, but I never actually create a song at 120 BPM. So I don't know. I don't want it. So let's OODA play the notes that I input. Nothing more, nothing less. But now the notes go into Drambo. Can I make this a bit bigger? Yes. Let's hide the keyboard. Can Drambo get... yeah, it can get bigger. So I also don't have like the most stable way of recording the iPad display in OBS on Windows. I know I come from a Mac. I've worked and developed software for macOS for decades, so I know that would be easier. But since I started streaming on Twitch in 2015, it became clear quite quickly that my viewers wanted me to buy a Windows PC for all the games we wanted to play together. So I'm not fully in the ecosystem of Apple anymore, and that sometimes wants me to pull my hair out. But anyways, so I do see that we actually have MIDI incoming in Drambo, but there is no sound coming from it. So let's see if I can maybe... Is that actually true? Yeah, there is an... all the 5 outputs actually of OODA go into Drambo right now. I'm not sure if I want that, but hey. We got a MIDI to CV, and then let's say I want to have... I made a preset. Oh no, this is an instrument. Does that work like this? Like, no. I made a user preset. Let me see, how did that work again? Radar Rich. Berliner Ball is a sound I created. And I'd have to check because we still have no sound coming through the mixer where this Apple camera connection kit feeds power into my iPad, but also connects my iPad with the Behringer XR18 mixer over 16 channels in and out over USB. So I don't hear anything yet. And let me see why that is. There is definitely audio here. So I think what's going on is that I have to open my... I can do that on the iPad as well, by the way. I can open the XR software, which is the companion application for... yeah, it really doesn't... It doesn't find a mixer by itself, so I'm gonna go back into Drambo. And no, I wasn't in Drambo, by the way. I was in AUM running Drambo inside of that. I'm sorry, I'm messing up, but that's part of an unplanned video like this. So I'm currently opening up the XR software on my PC. And I can show you a different time what that looks like. It's pretty cool, actually, that you can control everything. Yeah, there's definitely there is no audio coming in from the iPad. So that's interesting. So the iPad left and right are not showing any input activity, which means we don't hear anything. So the input is USB. And it's not working. So what I will do is actually kill the mixer, and I'll be right back with audio. Sorry for any plops. So I am back. The mixer is back in action. That is why you hear my Rode microphone again. Connecting to the... Now, there is no audio. You're not telling me that I have put the output on 0, right? So, yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. So there's audio running, but we don't have it on... What's actually the output routing of this? That's not speaker is, of course, hardware output. I don't even see... I'm gonna stop this project. I'm gonna start over in AUM. Hey Smurf, you go back in line. And I'm gonna add an... wait. A MIDI device, which is ZOA or OODA. I can use OODA. ZOA is also a semi-generative sequencer made by Ryan Robinson, so that's why I was a bit confused. And I want to make sure that we have connections from... I think we were just not connected at all. Let me see, is the nanoKEY Studio is still connected. And I'm going to make... Is that a MIDI? I don't think so. How do I remove something? Okay, then I think this should be Drambo. And for Drambo to accept MIDI, I actually would like OODA to send all its 4 outputs. But yeah, do I want them all? Yeah, I want them all. No, wait, I want to 1, 2, 3, 4 on different channels into Drambo. That's what I want. So let me set some kind of tempo again. Do we have... Okay, there is a metronome coming from... So that's the problem. The metronome is coming from the built-in speaker of the iPad, which means it doesn't talk to the actual mixer. Or I haven't set it up to do that. Yeah, the mixer is not showing up in this in and output routing as well. So we definitely have an issue with my iPad not talking to the Behringer mixer. So that's interesting, actually. We've got OODA, we've got Drambo, we've got the nanoKEY Studio Bluetooth here. And we can send stuff back and forth, but there is no Behringer mixer shown at all. And that's where the fun kind of stops, right? So, of course, this was all working a few hours ago before I had the camera issues. So, but it clearly isn't working now. And I have no idea why. So basically, I can do maybe one more try. I could try and run Drambo. I'm gonna stop it first. Could try and run Drambo in standalone mode. Just hope I can connect to the nanoKEY Studio. It is connected. It should be working. There is. So is this coming through? This is my first instrument. And it's all going, this instrument is going through the actual, it's going through the microphone and through the video camera's microphone, but not through the mixer. So I think what I'm going to do is I don't know. I'm stuck for a moment. I think I'll have to edit everything out up until this point. So can we now connect to the mixer? Yeah, we now have the X18 XR18 mixer inside of AUM. So it took me 3 resets, meaning that I now potentially have a way to output audio to the mixer, but it's still not showing up in the mixer, I think. So the machine is playing. We can actually Drambo MIDI controls with MIDI inputs and outputs. I think we just don't have audio going out of this. Oh! Aha! Here we go. So I'm actually all right. Let me see what kind of connections we can make. Setting the tempo lower, like 75-ish. We have the XR18 hardware. So AUM destination. There is a connection with this keyboard. It's working. So I should now be able. We have a sample rate of 44 kilohertz, buffer size. The output route, mic and speaker is X18 XR18. The input source is X18 XR, not, yeah. Recording can be done. So now, let me start with adding a semi-generative MIDI sequencer. And I will add Drambo to that. Drambo is going to play the sounds for us. And I could, of course, sequence inside of Drambo as well, but I don't feel like playing too many notes right now. So I'd rather have OODA play some stuff for me and connect it to, let's connect the first OODA output to the first audio unit Drambo. Okay, let me see. So the MIDI input can be the nanoKEY Studio, which I have in front of me. Yeah. And in Drambo, I would like to load a preset of myself. I am thinking of the Berliner Bowl. And can I test this Berliner Bowl here? Yeah, it's not outputting. So the output, can I route the... Okay, can I remove this one and edit as an audio device and then put a Drambo here? Drambo. I want to send this first MIDI to the audio unit Drambo. So does it get MIDI now? Let me see. Going into OODA. And let's see if I can record some notes. You don't hear them right away, but let me record some note values. So it's kind of random, but not fully random. Okay. What happens when I run this? Okay. OODA's going to play the notes that I entered. And I have only the first, there are 4 lanes of MIDI notes in OODA, and I have only the first enabled, and it's playing. But we have to see where these notes go to. If all is well, they go into this Drambo. So the MIDI input of this Drambo is actually audio, the MIDI from OODA, and it's getting, well, I don't want the all output there. Oh, okay, I only want the MIDI 1 output. So we're getting this, but there's no sound yet. So I could start to create a sound by saying, okay, I want an oscillator. And this is going to get messy really fast. Just a moment. Okay, I lowered it a bit. At least we have audio coming into the mixer and into OBS now. Thank God, after how long? So, don't need a keyboard. Not the on-screen keyboard at least, because I have this. Can I also connect... Where was that again? The fun of... Oh, okay. When it's loaded as an AUM plugin, you cannot connect to Bluetooth devices. Okay, gotcha. It's getting its note information from OODA right now, so we should be good anyways. Well, to make this oscillator a bit more interesting, I think we should have at least an amplitude or amplifier ADSR. So hear the clicking. Okay. Can make a saw. And no, I don't necessarily want to rip your ears out, so I'm gonna lower the volume of Drambo a bit more. And not just Drambo, but my entire iPad output. So that's why I didn't do it here in Drambo with the master volume. I did it on the actual mixer. So what else can we do? I just got this software, so it's gonna be interesting. And I made a nice patch already, but I'm gonna see if I still know a few things that I can do. Oh, what's really cool, by the way, I'm gonna put this at the end. I actually got... Is that here, audio unit processor? No. Processor rack? No. I don't know where I can find my... VSTs or my plugins. Audio unit MIDI processor? No, it's not a... That's impossible. It must be an audio processor. So I got the ShimmerVerb and Blackhole Verb by Eventide on sale. It should be somewhere because I have ran one of my presets through it already. It's not me mixer, it's not in the mixer. It should be a modulator, am I right? No. Processor, filters, amp, effects, delay effects. I haven't purchased the $5 or €5 upgrade to get the wave expansion in Drambo yet. Do I do that in a delay rack? No. Channel. Interesting. Is it in the top then? remember how I managed to put I don't know. It's not MIDI. Maybe I cannot insert it when I'm using it in AUM. What I can do, of course, is insert a processing like here. The black hole is there. I'm loading. Now you hear, okay, so if you use Drambo inside of AUM, you actually have to put the effects here in the chain in AUM. Sorry, I'm new to this. So now I have black hole loaded. And I could use a factory preset. It's quite sweet. So I don't know if I can send multiple instruments into one instance of Drambo here. I've used Drambo once in a standalone mode, and there you just do everything inside of Drambo with eight possible tracks, with 8 instruments. Maybe now I have to set it up per OODA track. So let me try that. I'm gonna select it. Can I copy it? Can I copy this into that? Okay, I'll just make a new one. Oh, we can make an 8 out version, I saw. Oh well, I'm gonna do it like this now. So we're gonna have MIDI input from OODA, but I'm gonna take the second output, which is currently empty. Let's create a tiny oscillator again. We don't have any output going through this yet, but trust me. And put a little ADSR on it so that we actually have a starting sound once I start putting. Also, how do I move? Can I just reorganize things by, I don't know. OODA, the second one, is going to use the same sequence node that I played here. I'm going to enable it. And it sounds like they're playing exactly the same. Now the first sound has quite an epic black hole reverb on it, so I think it shouldn't play that fast. So yeah, I'm going to change this also to. So I'm going from the long notes to faster ones later on. And we're going to do more interesting things right here as well. So the second Drambo receives a bit more input than the first one. if all is correct at least. Let's see what we can add here. Envelope. With in Drambo, signals flowing from left to right. So should I then put an LFO here? Can I connect this LFO to... Don't know if this works. I doubt it. I could put a filter, but I'm not sure where to put it. What if I remove the envelope? I think I don't hear the second one anymore. So I messed up something. So this doesn't work anymore. Now it does, so I'm clearly messing up things. Least I could do is add a bit of delay on this one. Not that. Delay effect. Okay, let's add another Drambo. It is what it is for now. And yes, I'm gonna work on expanding my knowledge, but I could fiddle with this and try everything on my own, or I could record it and share it. So I hope in one way someday it will help someone out. And if not, at least it helped me out by actually making me go on and try. So Drambo 3, I think I might put, this could work with a bus, am I right? Can we make an effect bus? Because I don't, yeah, a bus send to bus A. Because I really don't want to replace with a bus. I don't want to put the effect on every single track. That's a bit of a shame and a waste of valuable processor stuff. How do I make the actual bus, mix bus? Receive from bus A. So here we get input, and now I can put the actual effect on it. I just have to make sure that the mix is 100%. So now every output, every Drambo's output, I will send this to bus A as well. Although I might send another one through a shimmer delay, which I also purchased. But now we can, per sound, set how much of it goes into the bus that hosts the black hole effect. So our third sound, I could try and actually load one of my own to see and how I did that actually, because I have a, what did I do? This is like a fuller. I have an oscillator with an envelope, a filter, a shaper, an amplitude envelope, a delay rack, delay filter, and a reverb. So the Berliner Ball, which I actually named this way for I'm a fan of the Berlin School Music of Synth Seeker. Hi, Luke. So let's see if we can send something through it. So I'm gonna set the third sequence of OODA to a golden eighth, I think. Golden eighth. Okay. There we go. Okay, this goes through the Berliner Ball. And this is a preset, but I can break the preset by actually doing this. It breaks it apart. It breaks it up in its separate parts again. And now I can fiddle with those or remove or change them. I thought I had an LFO in here as well. I don't. And this has a dotted delay. And it also has a reverb, but I don't want the reverb to be active because this Drambo instance is already going through our black hole. And we don't want reverb upon reverb. So now if I change the reverb, it will change all the three instruments playing right now. And I always want to have everything living in the same space and time, for that matter. Gonna sync it to the speed of AUM, which is 75 beats per minute. So we could introduce a fourth instrument. I hope I can move that because I want to change the layout so that it still makes sense to me. So an audio unit extension, and I hope my the DSP, like the power usage of this setup might be a bit too much for my iPad Air of I don't know how many ages ago, but I'm trying. So is there, I know there's a way, I've seen people do this, like moving tracks around or holding and doing. This can be done, but I don't know how. Okay, so the fourth Drambo will also, no, yeah. Okay, I will put that through a bus send as well. So it's gonna add to the black hole reverb. Let's see. Oh, it must accept input over MIDI from OODA and OODA output 4. I hope I can soon show the iPad display much clearer than this. It's of course horrible to watch it on this already not great camera quality. I'm sorry about that. I've been very, very precise about audio and video quality over my 7 years of streaming, of which the last 2 years are almost non-active, but anyways. And this is just not up to it. Anyway, I'm gonna add another oscillator with an ADSR, so that at least it has like an attack, decay, sustain and release. This is gonna be a short sound, I think, or I don't know, yeah, maybe a very short one. So I'm gonna also keeping the attack low, release low, just stand it like this, and let's make this a triangle wave. Now in OODA, we're gonna enable the fourth track, but I'm gonna put it at an even higher pace. A little less reverb on this one because having 16th note playing and drowning everything in the same reverb can become a little overwhelming. So I'd rather have the longer notes with a lot of reverb and then the shorter notes with a little less for now. So, okay. I'm sure I can filter this somehow. I've done it before. I've used an LFO and everything, but I lost my progress of my last work. An LFO, but the LFO has to. There first has to be something else. I can also have randomized going on the pitch or something. There's a lot of possibilities. What can I do? The chorus, compressor, is all fine. It's actually also nice to have an effect and let the mix be modulated by an LFO or by the pitch or by the velocity and stuff like that. There's so many possibilities. I just have not done that in Drambo yet. I've done a bit more sound design and fun stuff in Reaper and UVI Falcon. So this is all new to me. Quite new. I understand the basic ID. There's samplers and everything in here. So, can an analog filter? I don't think it does anything because, oh, it does. So if a low pass 24 dB filter, let's make it a 12 dB. Pretty sure I can have an LFO control, for example, the resonance. So let me see if I can input an LFO, the modulator, an LFO, and I want the cutoff of this to be controlled by. How was that possible again? Cut off. No. I've done it. I have done it. Audio is connected to there. I can have the LFO listen to something else, but it's not. Is there a... There is a special knob or something. I have done it, but I cannot find it anymore. Cut off. How does this work again? Tell me now, my friend. I know I can MIDI learn this. I mean, I can do the cutoff, set it to this button, and the resonance to this one, if all is correct. So no, it's not really working out so well. Not really. I don't know. I can't get it to work. Now in OODA, we can work with wormholes. So what we can do, we can say that if we end up at blob number 4, we sometimes, like in, I think there's percentages as well, 25% of the time I want to go back to the beginning. No, sorry, the source 4, 25% I want to go to destination 1. So sometimes when this sequencer reaches 4, it will go to blob 1, but only 25% chance every time, so it could take forever. And if we hit the end, you could say that, oh, in 33% of cases, I want to actually have a repeat from 9. So, and when we come to 8, I want to kind of go there twice, and from 8 I want to step to 12, just like that. But I want to have that... Okay, I didn't do that correctly. So from 8 I want to go to 12, so I'm gonna skip. So it went from 8 to 12. It's gonna do that again, I think. No, it's not gonna do that again now. It's gonna do that twice or something, and then... So, there he did it again. So we can step. I mean, if we end up at 12, we may want to sometimes, or 50% chance of, okay, we like that step so much, let's go back to 8. Okay, so we set some rules for it, and it can do its thing. I can also say that on the first note, I want actually a long playing note. So it will send a longer release or longer note on to Drambo. A bit long on the second. The third is our golden 8th. We want to have that a bit shorter. And the 4th is actually... So I want to have very tiny note-ons. So we got 4 Drambos playing, which I still am not able to put in the right location, sadly enough. I could, of course, I mean, why not? I can add another synthesizer. And let's see, I don't have a lot, to be actually honest. Not in I have digitalism. So I can have digitalism. Oh, I cannot scroll while loading. We're at 50% DSP now of my iPad, 62% now. So it's getting interesting. I want to say that... Oh wait, does that actually work? Like removing? No. I want to say that OODA no longer has to listen to my keyboard. It's playing, it's doing its thing. But I can have digitalism actually listen to MIDI source, my studio Bluetooth. I don't know where it's going. Am I still controlling Drambo here? Cannot say for sure. So the digitalism is always a bit low in volume. Just playing around, sorry. It really doesn't cut through the other sounds, does it? see if I can teach this thing some tricks. Where's my amp envelope? Let's turn off the reverb actually in... Why doesn't it? Hello? Reverb? Okay. Digitalism, I have something better for you. I have ShimmerVerb. I mean, I paid money for it. Let's use it, right? Can I teach digitalism that I want to find? Can it MIDI learn? That's the question. Let me see. MIDI learn? Maybe it can. I hope it can. Let me see. Do we have something in digitalism that does that trick for us? I don't know. I don't even know where I got this thing from. How am I supposed to publish this stuff with all the mistakes and technical issues and bad lighting, bad camera quality? Okay, it's fun playing with you. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This was totally not ready for publishing. And yet, here it is.